What's up, Internet? Lumus here from Failing at Gaming. And we are doing Pokémon Blue Typelocke. Looks like last time I saved the game in a cave, and now I have no idea where I am. We're doing Victory Road, right? I assume I'm in there. Closing in on the end here. Well, I was facing this way, so I must have come up the ladder. For anybody who's tuning in for the first time, we are doing a Typelocke, which is a sort of challenge run. It's a variant on a Nuzlocke. The basic rule is I can only catch the first Pokemon I encounter of each type, and any Pokemon that faints is gone forever. There's a list of Pokemon under this stream. As you can see, we've already had all of our catches for the game, so it's just about surviving to the end at this point. I believe we've got 9 Pokemon left, so we're not doing terrible. I mean, as long as we can take a full squad to the Elite Four, right? Let's see, who did I leave up front? Entropy, apparently. Entropy was running out of Earthquakes. It's not going to be good for him when we don't have more of those. Feels bad to wander through one of these and not just use repels to avoid all the encounters, but I need levels for the Elite Four, so I might as well do it while I'm exploring. From memory, I think the Elite Four is highest at 65, so I probably want to have a squad of level 60s going in there. Right now I've got 45, so that's a long way off. Which way do I want to go? Do I want to push that up first? Last Earthquake. Somebody else is going to have to take point. Who else have we got in the squad? Can we put Duck up front? Duck's already our highest level. Polysue, maybe? She can probably handle it all. Okay, I'm not going that way, I guess. Through the gateway that I just opened with that switch, I suppose, then. Surf that snake. Okay, that guy's got keen eyes. Victory Road is the final test for trainers. I mean, the Elite Four is a later test, and then Mewtwo is still later, so I'm not 100% sure how much I agree with that. It's fighting on ice, let's get you out of there. That's high level, I'm gonna... Snorelon, yeah, Snorelon should handle this. Don't feel comfortable switching Wolfbird in. And then melt him. Hi Lady Meow, how's it going? It looks like a questioning hello. Are we having tech problems? Can you hear and see me? Or like, hear and see the game, I guess. Are you up to date in the stream now? I don't know, I can't see what you see. I'm getting messages from you, so I'm guessing so. You can hear and see me in the game. Okay, that's cool then. Are you still using the phone thing? The wall reappeared for a second there. Almost cut me in half. Come on then, let's see what you've got. Yeah, so how are you today, Lady Meow? Kept loading the first minute, trying to redirect you, and then reloading the stream from the start. That's... yeah, I don't understand what is going on there, or... So that happened to you last time, right? Yeah, TV is not yet fixed. How do you cope without a computer? Feels like you just got home from work. Not been a restful evening then. Do I use antidote now? And risk getting poisoned again? I guess I do. Your free task strength broke all by itself? Oh no! Whoa, oh no, oh no. Let's trade out real quick there. Have ourselves a headbutt fight. I mean, that's fine by me. Doesn't make much difference which psychic type we're headbutting to death. So okay, Polysue's gonna make it. Polysue is a fighter. I'm doing okay today. It rained on a Tuesday for the first time in ages though. I'm not one that's crazy fussed about warm weather. I actually like it to be cool, but I was getting used to being able to have the rabbits out in the garden when I'm cleaning the shed. When it's raining and they have to stay inside, it's a lot harder cleaning with them getting under my feet. Asmoth also came through here. Well, if he came this way, maybe I'll go a different way. Don't really want to associate. Concentrate on the gaming, it's more important than making fun of you. Disputed. Disputed. Besides, but it was a critical hit. By the time I saw it, it was too late to do anything about it. Yeah, I don't like using mobiles for typing. TMO5. What have we got now? Mega Kick. Teach Mega Kick to a Pokemon? I could, but why would I? It's not as good as Strength, and I can use that as many times as I want. This guy looks like a chill dude, let's help him out with that. The rain had some good consequences? You mean like the fact that we're not currently in the worst drought ever? For at least a couple of weeks? Please... Dude, no, I'm not into that. You caught 2 water cast forms at lunch? That is a nice thing about the weather changing. For like the last 6 months I've had every cast form apart from the water one. These are getting to be a spooky level. Random trainers are the same level as me. I might be pushing forward a bit too hard, but... What can I do? It's as good a training as anything. But yeah, it was starting to really annoy me that I couldn't get a rain cast form. Golduck. Oh wow, that did very little. This might not be... we'd win this one, but not quickly. Will you squeak if you would? No, I've got one now. But it's just that I've been seeing cast forms everywhere for ages, but never a rainy one until like the other day. I saw tons of normal, sunny ones. Which ones are there? There's normal, sunny, there's an ice one, I think? I think I got the ice one sooner than the rain one in midsummer for some reason. I think the ice one's triggered by wind actually, so... in Pokemon Go. We've had wind, we've just not had any rain. Yeah, it's nice to finally have some rain again, but just not on a Tuesday. It's when I do all my outdoor cleaning. I don't want my rabbits getting wet. Probably just ice these. Trying to conserve moves. Is Victory Road too tough? I mean a little, but I also really need the XP. In the games, the ice ones only appear when it only takes on its ice form when it's snowing. But in Pokemon Go, I think the ice one comes when there's windy weather out. Which makes sense, because in some places you just wouldn't be able to catch ice ones if they were snow only. Like, this is a worldwide game. Like, places where they don't get snow. This is level 48, that's spooky. That's... Okay, so psychic types are broken in this game, so my go-to for dealing with psychics is to send out Snorlaxon, who resists psychic and they resist his psychic, but he's got a decent headbutt. This thing's actually a higher level than Snorlaxon. But headbutt's still better than double slap, right? What is this thing gonna have that's physical? I don't see who else we can send out. Lady Squeak's got the same problem. Doc is weak to him. Oh good, he's raising his attack. That's probably not good for us. Snorlaxon, if you could put him to sleep real quick. I'll drop a flash just for safety. And here go the headbutts. Yeah, cast form works strangely in Pokemon Go. Because you catch them in a certain weather and they stay in that weather form. Like in the games they shapeshift as the weather changes. Like if you use the sunny day ability, they turn into the sunny form. So when I first got them, I figured that when I first got one in Go, I figured that it would change into the sunny form if I used it in a battle on a sunny day or something, but no, apparently they just stay the same. They're basically just different Pokemon of each type in Pokemon Go. Yeah. Snevellin's Headbutt is rapidly turning out to be his best ability. Submission. Now there's a move that's not great. Probably hold on to that for later. Anyway, Castform's a really cool Pokemon. It's one of those gimmick Pokemon that where there's not a lot you can actually do with them. They've got like one good build. You give them Sunny Day, Hail, what's the water one? Like Rainy Day. I don't think it's called Rainy Day, it's Rainy something. Rain Dance. That's the one. You give it those so it can change between its forms, then you give it Weather Ball, which changes type depending on the weather. And then it's got its 3 elemental attacks. Where was I? Oh, I've not been up here yet, have I? But I still think it's cooler than most gimmick Pokemon. It's an interesting idea. And was it? I think it was the first shape-changing Pokemon. There's a bunch of them these days, but that was the first one that could like turn into different things. Well, no, actually, there's I guess it'd be the second shape-changing Pokemon because there's, you know, the shape-changing Pokemon, Ditto, which was Gen 1. Let's see. I can't remember which way it leads to the Elite Four and which way it leads to Moltres. I was going to save Legendary Bird hunting for later. Wow, which Pokemon should we blow up? Yeah, let's not do that, ever. Yeah, its normal form does kind of look like a ghost, doesn't it? The Grim Spectre. Cast form the friendly ghost, I like it. Dude, if you want it so much, just reach over and take it. Unless it's bait. You're trying to lure me into a trap. Well, I'm not going to stand where you want me to stand. Step over here. I heard rumors of a child prodigy. This is better for me than it is for you. Ice resists grass, right? It better not be one of those things where ice is good against... Never mind. It probably doesn't even have a grass move. Okay, that one's not a great matchup for us. I guess it wasn't a great matchup for him because he didn't think he had a move. Alright, I'm guessing you've got a fire type next? Yeah, big shocker. Maybe Squeak just take this. Probably not worth the risk. Lady Squeak is tragically squishy, as we've seen a few times. And we're really going to need her at the Elite Four. Like, going anywhere in any game without an electric attack is painful, but... Electric is particularly good in this gen, I think. So, rumors were true. What have we got this time? Max Revive, useless. That picture of Executor is probably why the super tall one in Pokemon Go looks so weird to you. Well, you're probably thinking of an Alolan Executor. I don't know how up to date you are on Pokemon, but so Alola was a place featured in one of the recent games, and it's an isolated island, so all the Pokemon there have mutated from their mainland counterparts. So yeah, there's like two types of Executor in Pokemon Go. There's the regular one and there's the Alolan one, which is super tall. And there's a bunch of different things, like Sandshrew over there lives in, I think it lives in the snowy mountains. And it's an ice ground type, so it digs in snow instead of sand. Which I think is cool. I've been saying for a long time that I want to see more stuff like that from Pokemon. Like Pokemon that are clearly related but have different things going on. Like a snowshoe is just a great idea. Let's see, how do I not mess this up? Okay, this looks easy enough. Seen the Alolan Rattata. Yeah, that one's cool. Like that one's a dark type instead of a normal type, right? Okay, press the button, let's see what happens. I assume I unlocked something down here? Yeah, the Rattata looks a lot better than the Raticate in Alola. Wash those bad thoughts away. The Rattata has that cool mustache. Alolan Raticate looks like a goth hamster. I can kind of see that. That description actually sort of improves it to me. A Lickitung. That's not what I was expecting for your last Pokemon. I guess we just keep Thundershocking it, or Thunderbolting it. Hit him with another Thunderbolt! As I am contractually required to say at every opportunity. I'm skeptical of that claim. Hey look, it's Smoltres. We came the way that we weren't trying to come. Somehow I knew we would. I knew this was going to be the wrong way, that it was the other way we were supposed to go, but my brain was like, you gotta fully explore the dungeon. You can't come here and not fully explore the dungeon. What do you think? Do we beat Moltres now, or do we leave or do we focus on getting through the cave alive and come back for Moltres later? We can't catch it, so we're just gonna... we're just gonna kill it for fun. Because we're the hero here. What do you say, fight or flight? It'll be level 50, so it'll be a challenge, but Polysue can probably take it. Fight, fight, fight? Okay. Wait, you said fight, fight, fight! The challenge has been issued! Are you backing down now? That probably put you off. Well, there are no guarantees. Don't kill Polysue. I suppose we can come back here later. We're gonna need to do a load of leveling anyway. Let's focus on getting through the cave first. Besides, do we really have enough lemonade for a boss fight? I mean, it's kind of chancy. That reminds me, actually, I should say, assuming it's working, I hope it's working. There should be a poll underneath the stream for what game we're going to do next. So if you feel like it, have a scroll down and click one of those options. You know, I tried to say chancy, but I definitely said chancy. Yeah, I picked out a couple of games that I'd like to do. But I'll let you guys choose which one we'd do next. Because I don't know how long it's going to take us to get ready for the Elite Four. Like level 60 is painful to get to. This game has some endgame grinding problems. But if we don't do it tonight, well, I probably won't do it tonight, but we'll do it... I can't see us taking longer than next week. So next week can we start something new? I guess voting ends at the end of next week's session and I'll set up the game for afterwards. Well, if you'd like me to do silver, vote for silver on the thing then. If that's ahead, that's what we'll do. No, don't vote for what I want. There's no point in having a poll if you're gonna just do what I say. No, I thought maybe you guys would get bored just watching me play nothing but Pokemon. That's why I was gonna mix it up. I don't mind doing Pokemon again if you guys want to watch me do Pokemon. I just thought maybe you'd want some variety. I honestly don't mind. All three of those games I would love to play. How many votes do you need? 3? There's only 3 options. Ooh, we've got a Doctor versus Doctor fight here. Let's maybe not go through with that one. This is why you need electric types in this game, because all the water types... there's a lot of water-ice types, and you can't use grass against those. Like, spoiler alert, but there's gonna be an ice trainer at the Elite Four. We're gonna need electricity to get through that one. Okay, jerk. The Pirates game is... it's an oldish game, but it's fun. It's just a goofy game where you sail around the Caribbean, pirating, laying siege to towns, so it's kind of like an open world randomish thing. There's not so much a plot as there are lots of little quests to play around with. Your real goal is to just try and get as much money, get the highest score. But there's lots of different things going on. But yeah, it's a silly, fun game. And I wouldn't mind doing just a playthrough of it, just a sort of random playthrough of it. Anything bad that happens stays happen, like no save scumming. And just see where we end up with our merry band. I don't know, it should be a casual thing. Just a sailing back and forth, some traveling, some trading. I mean, the thing is, you have like a lot of freedom in it. Like, the game's called Pirates, but you don't actually have to do any pirating. You can finish the game just by sailing around trading, doing legitimate business. Or you can ally yourself to one of the countries out there and basically be one of their soldiers, sailing around fighting their enemies. It's a game where I could see myself doing a lot of challenge runs of it at some point. Just because there's so much options and freedom, but I've only finished it once, and that was on the difficulty setup was kind of weird. The game changed. The first time you play it is basically like a tutorial mode, and then you unlock a bunch of things for your second playthrough. So I'd like to do a legitimate second playthrough before I do any weird challenges. So that's what that would be. And of course, Onimusha, we did it on the channel. We played it on normal mode then, and we struggled enough with that, so I don't know how well hard mode would go, but only the chosen can pass here. Only the penitent trainer shall pass. But yeah, it's not a challenge if it's not difficult, right? So I'd be willing to stick at Onimusha and see how long it takes us to get through it on hard. How chaotic it gets. And of course, Pokemon, we're going to be doing the same challenge run as we've done here, just on the next game. New Pokemon, the new upgrade, Gold Silver is a really good gen. Like, if you're enjoying this, you'll probably enjoy that. I'm selling the Pirates game. They're all good games. I'd enjoy doing any of them. That's why I'm putting it up for vote. That and it does, you know, really matter what the people watching want to watch. I mean, pick whatever you're in the mood for, because it's not like if you vote for one of them, then I'm gonna throw away the other two games and we'll never see them again. The ones that don't get picked will come up on the poll next time, I'm sure, along with something new. All trainers here are headed to the Pokemon League, except for those who came here to kill Moltres. Please do. Just Aurora Beam this, can't I? I've got a list of games that I want to play that's like miles long. So we're not going to run out of stuff anytime soon, but those ones seem like good ones to stream. The main problem I'm having is that a lot of the ones that I'd really like to stream would also be really good on the channel. And I feel like it's better to do them on the YouTube channel first and then stream them later than the other way around. So I gotta figure out some time to do that. Yes I did. You'd hope so, given it's my job, fair enough. I do introduce myself as a video game professional, having made like 20 pence. Like, I'd love to do some challenge runs of the Final Fantasy series. I've got a lot of ideas for those and I do love those games, but I want to do a proper playthrough of them on the YouTube channel first, so gotta find some time to do that. That'll probably be after Pokemon Stadium, which will be after Darkest Dungeon. Might be a way off. But hey, we'll get there. Glad we didn't fight Moltres, because I'm really running out of moves. This could get dangerous just because we don't have enough attacks left. Hey, Polysue leveled up, nice. Do I want to go up that way or along here? Who's got strength? Guessing I need to go down that pit? I'm fairly sure the exit is just to the right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that there's a boulder in the way. Yeah, so I can't actually get through there. What is up here then? I think I need to drop down that. Oh, this is where I was before, okay. I guess I need to drop down the hole then. I'll probably use that boulder for something. Yeah, there was a switch along here, right? Why does strength turn off when I fall down holes? It's like there's some primal force sapping away power so that nothing can remain forever. Would you know anything about that, Entropy? There we go. And that should unlock this. Turn off this force field hidden behind this guy. I don't know why there's force fields in this cave. Possibly because the Elite Four are jerks. It's our last surf. But we should be right at the exit now. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I think here we go. Alright. Dun 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 dun. Check out this courtyard. Who laid out these statues? Were they playing chess with them or something? Well, you have a statue maze in your garden. What purpose does this serve? Do these have anything engraved on them? Indigo Plateau, the ultimate goal of trainers, Pokemon League HQ. Do they all say that? The highest Pokemon authority, Pokemon League Wait, they say different things? Okay, it looks like there's just two things that they say, but still, cool. What they should have done here is have each of these have a name on it. These are all the people that have been the champion of the Elite Four throughout its history, or something like that. If I had all those statues, would I not build a maze with them? I mean, I might. Probably not in my garden, it makes the place look a mess. Actually, maybe if it was my garden and not like the courtyard to the battle arena where I fight daily, because if it was in my garden it'd make a nice obstacle course for the rabbits. Catch the statues? I can't catch the statues. I got all my catches for this game. No rock types left. Also, hi Norelan, how's it going? You having a good day? Yo, champ in the making. Obstacle course for my postman. that's fair. Do they deliver post to the Elite Four? Does the postman have to go through Victory Road each time? That is a difficult beat. I suppose you'd only have to do it once, then they'd probably fly in, right? To face the Elite Four in succession. If you lose, you have to start over again, with 3 Pokemon this time, because all of your Pokemon would be dead. Let's see, you got some stuff to sell. Don't need that max revive. I can never remember what guard specs do. 55 lemonades are not enough, Norelan. That's why we're going shopping. Yeah, we're not going straight into the Elite Four. I'm fairly sure we'd get murdered at this level. We are gonna have to do quite a bit of grinding. But I'm gonna weave it in with a bit of legendary bird hunting to keep things interesting. I need to look at what squad I'm actually taking for the Elite Four as well. Probably pretty close to this one. Maybe not Wolfbird. Wolfbird has not been scaling very well. Not sure about Entropy or not? I'm gonna have to check the box and see what we've got. Yeah, I think the strongest in the Elite Four is level 65. I probably want to go in with level 60s. I think we can fight through at that level. Which means we're gonna have to do some grinding. Don't I just have a ridiculously overleveled starting Pokemon? I wish I did, that's a very valid strategy in this game. Although maybe less so in a Nuzlocke, because if you get critted by a super effective move or whatever, and that Pokemon faints, then you're done for. Whereas in a normal run you just switch to one of your lame Pokemon and drop a revive. But I mean, that's how speedrunners do it. They only have one Pokemon. Alright, let's go have a look at what team we want, so we know who we're training. So let's see, we'll pop Wolfbird and Entropy away. I think all of these four are definites. Lady Squeak's our leader, Snorellan does so much work, Duck's old reliable, and Polysue's putting on a clinic. Polysue's our life-saving doctor, you know? I'm not going anywhere without her. Okay, who have we got? Let's see, we've got Rock, our Sandshrew. Probably a no on that one. We've got Duck, who's got Earthquake. We've got our ground type. Let's see, Fire. I don't know what we'd use Fire against. Maybe against Asmoth's Venusaur. That might be worth taking. If we're not taking Wolfbird, we probably want Cake Bake, I guess. And then Roadkill's good at a lot of things, but not the best at anything. Flying normal is not great typing, so Uberman shot Entropy. I don't know how much use we'd get out of a fighting type. I mean, half of Entropy's stuff is ground, which Duck already covers, but Rock resists a lot of things. Gives us some... Actually, you know what? I've just thought of one thing that Entropy would be really good for. Lance's Horrific Dragons. Because Rock is good against flying. I think Entropy's in, guys. I'm thinking Cake Bake and Entropy. What do you guys think? I think Entropy's got to be in. Cake Bake seems the best of what remains. I think Ubermensch would get some use, but... Well, let's see. Ubermensch will be good against the ice types. But hopefully Lady Squeak's going to sweep those anyway. Other than that, I'm not sure there's anything particular for Ubermensch to do. Okay, you both always vote for Fire. Cake Bake's in then. Cake Bake's not had much to do so far this game. I thought we'd use her more. That said, I'm gonna have to pop one of them away so we've got a flying type, just to get us around while we level. Well, who's our highest? Polysue? Okay, we're gonna stagger this. We'll do a little bit of leveling, we'll go fight a legendary bird, and then do a bit more leveling. Keep it going back and forth. Beat's just wandering around the old mansion for the next hour. And we'll probably be doing Elite Four next week, because... like, even if we get to the level this time, the Elite Four is probably going to take us quite a while. We can probably spend an hour just doing the Elite Four. let's go. Now that we're here, let's go. You get. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to go in there. Also, I unlocked it already. Who keeps relocking it? So do we actually have 10 Pokemon? I must have miscounted. We've got 10 Pokemon, not 9. So if we get wiped, we can go in again with 4 Pokemon instead of 3. That'll make all the difference. Feel so much better about that one. I don't think we're gonna get wiped, but it's always a possibility. Particularly for something like the Elite Four. The thing is that problems cascade. Like, if we lose a Pokemon early, then we've not got that Pokemon for the rest of the Elite Four. And that's not just damage on numbers, that means we don't have that type available, it means a lot of things. So that makes it harder to keep the rest of them alive, and we might end up losing more. This could cascade. But hey, we'll see how it goes. If there wasn't the possibility for horrific disasters ruining our lives and causing us to weep with the tragedy, then it just wouldn't be fun. Like a mood spiral? Yeah, kinda. A death spiral, I guess. Cakebake does not have a lot of moves. Do you learn Flamethrower later? Because I would really like if you learn Flamethrower later. What was I doing? Entropy is the lowest. I think until Cakebake gets to a usable... I was about to use Earthquake as well. Until Cakebake gets to a usable level, we'll just have to keep swapping her out to whoever's the lowest so they can level up too. Isn't Death Spiral what crocodiles do? I think that's called a death roll. But yeah, they crocodiles are horrific. The thing where they drag you into the water and then just roll over and over to keep you dizzy and stunned until you drown. I do not want to be anywhere near a crocodile or a gator. That's not the ideal way to go out, as far as I'm concerned. Aside from Cakebake, what's a good name for a Flareon? Well, I named this one Cakebake because we had somebody in called It's All Cake. I don't think we've seen her in chat since, although I have it on authority that she's watched over her boyfriend's shoulder. I should move entropy to the top. It is a death roll? Okay. You have a Flareon that's stuck with the generic evolution name because you can't think of one. It is hard to come up with a name for a Firefox. If only there was like some term in some term for a Firefox in like the computer community that could inspire you. Guess their sharp teeth and crushing strength aren't enough to kill you. I mean, they are. I think crocodiles just like to play it safe, you know? If they want to bite you multiple times to make sure they've got that kill, then they have to let go and give you the chance to run off, and a lot of things can outrun them on land. They'd rather get you in their grip that you can't escape from and then just keep you there until you're done for. Probably more work, but it's also more reliable. You also use the death roll to tear things to pieces. I mean, that's true. Crocodiles are good at killing you in a lot of ways. Like, crocodiles are one of the oldest currently existing species, right? They've been practicing how to murder things for hundreds of thousands of years. Probably longer. Millions of years. I don't know. How long have crocodiles existed? Tens of millions of years? When were dinosaurs? Coexisted with early dinosaurs. Exactly. Those things are ancient. Those things are death machines from before time. Yeah, those dinosaurs ended what, 64 million years ago? But those were early dinosaurs, so yeah, 200 million years ago. Crocs have been killing things for 200 million years. Like, I feel even I'd be terrifying if I'd had 200 million years to practice killing things. Yeah. They had 150 million years of killing things when the dinosaurs died out. Dinosaurs killed by crocs? It's possible. Hear my niece going past. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. So modern crocs have been around for 85 million years. So modern crocs have existed since dinosaur times. And crocodilians have existed for 250 million years. So before dinosaur times? Jeez, crocs are unstoppable. What do you even do to those things? Glancing back up in chat, it occurs to me that Death Spiral would be a really good name for a band, whereas Death Roll would be a really interesting name for a kind of Chinese food. Maybe not one that people would order. I mean, depends whether it's spicy or not, because some people will order the most horrific names if it means that it's more spicy. Spring rolls are kinda spicy, right? They're a little bit spicy. Yeah, I think those names work. I'll keep them in mind for when I'm running a combination Chinese restaurant and band later in life. Come on, Cake Bake, level up already. Grinding is so slow when you gotta swap out. So I think we're gonna do the legendary birds in reverse order. Because they're in reverse order of difficulty and also coolness. So we'll spend a few more minutes here, see where we can get to, and then Moltres, we're coming for you. How many letters do you get for names on Pokemon Go? I think it's quite a bit. I think it's more than you normally get in Pokemon games. Forgot we were still doing we still haven't come up with a name for that Flareon. Okay, that's one level at least. Only like 100 more to go between them all. I think of a good one. I feel like there's got to be something I can do with Flare as in the alternate spelling, like fashionable. But I'm not seeing it. Ric Flair. I mean, Team 4-Star already used that one, but hey, screw those guys, they steal all my jokes. Team 4-Star are my arch nemesis. One day they'll rue what they did. They all laughed when I said I was going to be a comedian, but here I am on stage and nobody's laughing now. I'm not getting any good Flareon names. That's not what I meant to do. Who's our next lowest? I think it actually is Snorlax. I always want to ring a hospital to inquire about a patient, and when they ask your relation to the patient, say arch nemesis. That's fair, that's tempting. Okay, I moved this around for a reason. Just focus, Lumus, focus. Use your brain. My relation to patient is I'm the person who put him in hospital. My brain is suggesting Flare Bear, but I have to point out that it's a fox, not a bear. So my brain's suggestion is rejected this time. In Flare now? Yeah. Flurry type? Yeah, Eevees are meant to be Fennec Foxes. Which makes it a bit weird because there's technically 2 Pokemon in Gen 1 that are Fire Foxes. And I guess 3 Fire Canines in Gen 1. Definite theme there. What's the term for a fox? It's Vulpine, right? Lupine for wolves, Vulpine for foxes? Is there something we can do with that? Yeah, Vulpine for foxes. I don't like that one, actually. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something about that first syllable has kind of a sinister feeling to me. Like a fire fox whose name starts with Vulp could be. Just feels like a sort of cruel creature that could maybe put a curse on an innocent streamer and just ruin everything he does for like no reason. It's just upsetting, you know? They have the big ears but not the mean face for a Fennec Fox. That's fair, I guess. It's cool, Lady Meow. We're just doing grinding. At this point, hijacking the chat is encouraged. I mean, I'm just walking back and forth here. Give me something to talk about. Is there something we can do with Fennec? Flarek? Flarek Fox? I don't know. Fennec Knight? Flamec? I don't know. Maned wolves are adorable. That's entirely fair. Most wolves are kind of adorable. I mean, maybe from a distance if they're wild ones. Yeah, this is taking longer than I hoped it would. There's not really a better place to train in Gen 1. This is probably the biggest flaw with Gen 1, is that there's no good spot for endgame leveling. They didn't introduce the Versus Seeker yet, so we can't go back and battle old trainers. Pretty much find a cave and walk back and forth. Maybe Victory Road would be better? Victory Road has awkward types. I guess maybe it depends what we're leveling. Kinda look like a fox's head and a wolf's body with crazy long legs, but they aren't either. Okay. Need a name for an Entei as well. Noelle, and I'm not reading that out. That's the fire legendary, right? That's the fire dog. Flamed wolf. I'm going with that. He can be a flamed wolf. Alternatively, hot dog. Depending on how cutesy you want the name to be for a legendary wolf of fire. Hot dog for the win? Okay. I think we've got a majority vote here. Wears a crown and has a cape, so something royalty or superhero related. Log, I really like hot dog. Autocorrect. It's made a rhyme. Well, it could be the Hot Dog King. King Hot Dog. Maybe Lady Mao was telling someone called Log, that's fair. Log could be watching right now. Oscar Mayer? He was the guy who invented the hot dog car, right? I don't really know what that is, but I've heard it referenced on TV a whole bunch of times. Trying to learn Tail Whip. Spectacular. No, let's not learn Tail Whip. Why are you learning Tail Whip at level 37? The biggest brand of hot dogs in the States. Okay. Thing is, I've never heard his name in the context of hot dogs. I've only heard his name in the context of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. For all I know, he could just be a famous guy who drives around in a hot dog shaped car. So he's King Hot Dog. Okay. All makes sense now. Let's get out Wolfbird. We're gonna go fight Moltre. In the Simpsons episode for the film festival, they all sing a song about wishing there could be an Oscar Mayer wiener. Okay. I remember the film festival, I don't remember that song. Assuming I'm thinking of the same episode, that's the one with the, where Mole Man gets hit by the football over and over again? Let's see. Entropy only level 46. Are you a higher level? Yeah, that's the one? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that song at all. It's been so long since I've watched The Simpsons, though. Do you know they're still making Simpsons episodes? Even though nobody's watched it in like 20 years? Like, I can remember a time when, like, The Simpsons was now universal. Everybody had heard of it, everybody knew all about it. You all watched The Simpsons every night and talked about it the next day. It was the show. And then it got utterly terrible, and now nobody watches it, or nobody... I've never heard... When was the last time I heard somebody talk about Simpsons, not counting this one, which is you talking about old Simpsons, not new Simpsons? Like, Simpsons has become so bad that it's nigh on ceased to exist, except somehow they're still making it. It all feels like some sort of weird Bizarro universe to me. It's like that Simpsons has gone from being the top show to being absolutely nothing, and yet it's still going somehow. Just let it have a peaceful death. I don't know. Like, how long has it been going on for now? There's probably been twice as many bad seasons as there has been good ones at this point. They could have stopped it when it was good. You could have stopped this. Its legacy could have been that it was the greatest show ever. Now its legacy is probably going to be that it's was kind of terrible for a very long time. Oh, it would be if anybody knew that it still existed. Because nobody watches it anymore. Did it start in the 80s? Okay, so it's probably been 50-50 good seasons and bad seasons at this point then. What am I even fighting? Pay attention. I mean, maybe we should take into account that it took them a couple of seasons to get good. Season 1 Simpsons, not great. But if we're tagging that in with the generic old Simpsons tag, then that's gotta be outranked by all the amazing seasons. 1989? Okay. That is so barely the 80s. You misled me. Does have Bart the General. Was Bart the General season 1? That's an excellent episode. I didn't realize that was so early on. Simpsons is as old as you? Yeah, it's 1 year younger than me. We were the Simpsons generation. Nobody else will ever appreciate it as much as we did, apart from the people who are old enough to watch it when it first started coming out. And probably have much more right to call themselves the Simpsons generation. That was the 5th episode in the whole thing? Okay. Simpsons obviously got off to a better start than I remember. Did they have the weird voices for that one then? I don't remember that. Because the voices sound so very off in the first couple of seasons. It's like at the end of season 2 they decided how they wanted to voice the characters and stuck with it forever. Before that they just sound weird. Took them a while to figure out, although that's the case with a lot of long anime, like... Go watch the first season of Pokémon. That is not Ash Ketchum's voice. He sounds like a different person. I don't know if they changed voice actors or if it just took the voice actor a while to figure out how he or she wanted to say things. Yeah, the animation got better too, but the animation in season 1 wasn't terrible. It's the voice acting that's jarring for me when... what I remember it being jarring for me when I went back to it. How long has it been since I went back to it? And how long before that was it invented as a thing that I could go back to? Simpsons. Almost as long-lived as crocodiles. Imagining Ash Ketchum with a really deep Christopher Lee style voice, that's basically it. A couple of episodes in, they realized they'd cast the 10-year-old boy with the voice of an old trained actor man. Infused with dark powers. Ooh. I'll swap that one out. Entropy is absolutely the best one to be taking that hit. Okay, here we are. Who do we want to lead with? Entropy or Polysue? I'm thinking maybe Entropy? This is fire and flying, so Entropy will do 4 times damage on those rock moves. And it will resist both of them back, although Entropy's special defense is terrible. And Entropy's the lowest level, but there's a good chance Entropy's gonna one-shot this thing. If not, we can switch to Polysue or Lady Squeak, both of whom should be able to handle it. Okay, Moltres. Let's see what you've got. Go! 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 Look at this thing. Just hurtling towards us, flapping its beak. Gow, gow, gow. That's the noise that a legendary bird makes. The ancient sacred beast of fire. Hurtling towards you, its wings ignited, its beak open, and gow, gow, gow. Okay, starting with a peck, not too scary. Let's see what Rock Slide does. It's already hit, and that's 4 times damage, so I think this fight is probably over. And that was Moltres, the legendary bird. Wasn't that a spectacular challenge? Hey, I found an Ultra Ball. Maybe I should have come and done these sooner. Yeah, legendary birds are, they're not terribly fearsome. I could have beaten these guys ages ago, except I A, didn't have access to them, and B, had better things to do. Thought I'd save the leveling for the leveling section. Yeah, the thing is, you know... I didn't say it was likely that Polysue would die against Moltres. It was unlikely enough that I was willing to take the risk. But Moltres is water ice, so fire damage does full damage, and I think Moltres has Fire Blast, which is really powerful. I mean, a crit Fire Blast could have killed, maybe. And Polysue's water move would only be doing double damage, not 4 times damage. Like, Entropy was a safer bet there. But yeah, the problem with the legendary birds is that you know what type they are, so you can set up the perfect thing in advance. Let's see, this thing's probably gonna explode, so... Although... Okay, yeah. Those things are really rare in here, but they kind of worry me. They've got Explosion, which means I don't want anything except Entropy out. I'm not sure if they have Earthquake, which would probably kill Entropy. Well, Polysue could probably take an Earthquake, I guess. Maybe I should be sending her out. Yeah, maybe I should have sent somebody different out against Moltres. So there was an actual fight. Although I wasn't sure if that was going to kill in 1 hit or if it would take 2. Something's weak to fire. Can we take it? Let's roll those dice for some serious XP. But I mean, this is a Nuzlocke variant. We don't want to take those chances. Okay, that was a crit. Should have sent a grass type against Moltres. I don't have a grass type. My grass type was the Master of Paris. And he had an unfortunate showing. Wait, where are they? Okay, there they are. I thought we'd run out of antidotes. I was going to have some serious words for Quartermaster Lady Meow if that was the case. I don't have a grass or a bug, the 2 types that would get murdered the most by Moltres. But yeah, I was kind of expecting that the do I switch to Polysue here or do I switch to Entropy? Probably Entropy. Oh no. Hang in there, Entropy. Hang in there. Okay. Okay. That was spook. Don't want to take a crit of those. We're gonna heal up and hope that it explodes. There we go. Earthquake's the only move that it has that would actually hurt Entropy. So we were fairly safe waiting that one out for it to use something else and then taking it down. Yeah, that was a moment to spook. I figured we'd be able to take one Earthquake, so our special defense is really good, but I wasn't 100% sure. Like, I was holding my breath when that happened. Anyway, maybe we could train here? Pokemon are a higher level, it's just that there's an awkward assortment. Let's see how much XP we actually get from these. We're getting like 300 to 500 from the other place. Hey, we got a level. It's like 800. That's probably better. I already pushed that boulder down, right? Did it stay down there? It did. Okay. Okay, I'll unlock the exit and then we'll do some training next to it before we go hunting another legendary bird. We'll do Zapdos tonight, then next week I guess we can do Articuno and then go for the Elite Four. Although I'm starting to worry about whether we'll be ready or not. This leveling is not going as fast as I thought it would. At what level does Flareon evolve into Flareon 2? To evolve Flareon into Flareon 2 you have to trade it while it's holding the updraft. So it's not technically a Nuzlocke valid Pokemon. Well, I don't know actually, because the trading rules are a bit weird. Obviously you can't trade to get a Pokemon in Nuzlocke, but I think you're probably fine trading to evolve one. Like, you're keeping the same Pokemon, you're just getting it higher up the line. Oh, I meant to stay in there and train. I've accidentally left. But most of us Nuzlockers are solitary types, at odds with the world. We keep to ourselves, you know, we don't draw attention to ourselves. I mean, look at me, just quietly Nuzlocking alone in my room, doing nothing that could allow the outside world to catch on to the fact that I even exist. Nobody knows that I'm here or that I'm playing Nuzlocks. What a level of peace and tranquility that brings. Flareon 2, son of Flareon. It's absolutely a thing. Oh, that was a paralysis? I thought we got poisoned. Why don't we have any paralyze heal? Never mind. Yeah, the Eevee line's really weird. Like, each evolution's a different type. You start out with Eevee, which is the normal type, then it turns into a fire type, and then it's a water type. Does have a kicking tail in its third form, though. I actually think its third form is the coolest looking. Unpopular opinion, I know. But I mean, that's not even its final form. Like, the trick is you want to get its good fire moves and its water moves learned ready for when you finally evolve it into its final form. And start getting it those electric moves. Technically there's a post-final form now, but Pokemon Super sucks anyway. Resurrection Eevee might actually be worse than the Machamp trilogy. Maybe not worse than Machamp 3. Bio Machamp. No, not worse than Machamp 3. Machamp 3 is the... Yeah, Machamp 3 has gotta be the worst. I don't know whether it would be better or worse than probably... Okay, Resurrection Eevee is probably better than 2 and 3, but I'd say worse than the first one. Well, there's just no tension, you know. The whole time, Eevee's final form was at a type disadvantage. I mean, it didn't look like Eevee was gonna win, and even if it had, they still had the Master Ball. King Raichu does have a bit more personality than Eevee, I'll grant you that one. Than Machamp even. Then both. Oh, you mean the other Raichu? Yeah, the King Raichu, not the regular Raichu. Yeah, King Raichu is awesome. Why does anybody have a Pikachu when you can have a Raichu? That's all I'm saying. Nobody likes Pikachu, it's too popular. At what point do we need to explain what the heck we're on about? Ideally, never. Like, the thing is that Gary's Eevee started out cool. I really liked the first bunch of Eeveelutions. Heck, even the extra Eevee, the Umbreon from that one movie. That might actually be my favourite Eeveelution. I really like Umbreons. I was a huge fan of them until, you know, Resurrection Eevee. Just kind of ruined the whole thing. Just left a sour taste in my mouth. Wolfie, hey! How's it going? You've tuned in for some thrilling viewing. I'm stood inside Victory Road walking back and forth. You don't get gameplay like this out of Team 4-Star, that's all I'm saying. How are you, Wolfie? You stopping for a while, or are you tuning in at work? It has been a while since I've seen you watching. At work? Oh, fair enough. I know, you have rubbish shifts, can't be helped. Although I think a lot of us will be glad when you've got a sensible job. Think of the D&D. Yeah, I understand what they were going for with the later Eeveelutions, but... they just didn't have that flair. They looked kinda goofy. They didn't have that Flareon. Speak as though it'll happen. Well... you've said yourself that you want to get... that you're interested in getting a job with better hours. But yeah, maybe that... maybe you saying that you're gonna do it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. You working again tomorrow, Wolfie? 'Cause we still got that Rampage Nights run to finish. Stream died? Still going on my end. Maybe on your phone. You're reliably unreliable. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me say it, but I was asking if you're working tomorrow. Let's say Friday. That's, well, I might catch you for a random game maybe Thursday or Friday, but key relevant issue is that we won't be finishing that Rampage Nights this week, huh? Need to find time for it when we can. It's a bit awkward that we finish mid-run. But Wednesday nights are casual nights, we don't have to feel too bad. We can play what we want to play. Okay, training here is loads better. I just remember hating training in Victory Road for some reason, but this isn't too bad. Time. Oh, it's gone quarter to. Wait, no. It's only quarter to 10. What am I thinking? My brain's not working. For some bizarre reason, I was thinking we were finishing at 10 instead of 11. And I really needed to hurry. But no, we've got loads of time. You've got a bit of a complex about that, Mike. But... ooh, okay. Everybody hold your breath. Okay. It's only an explosion. That was an explosion instead of a self-destruct. Spooked me. But yeah, your current mic is not great. The quality isn't high enough that I can crank your volume up and still have you be understandable. With a clearer one, I'll be able to make you more audible when we're playing together. Sylveon is a meme-worthy Eevee. Not the most elegant design. I really like the idea behind fairy types, but I don't feel like they've pulled it off very well. Like, to me, the fairy types should have an air of magic and mysticism to them. They're the magic counterpart to the quotation marks scientific psychic type. But instead they've just slapped the fairy label on any vaguely cutesy Pokemon. Including all the ugly cute ones. Yeah, whereas some Pokemon are ugly cute, Sylveon is cute ugly. Hope I got that the right way around. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say anymore. Yeah, Snubbull. Snubble's an ugly Pokemon that's cute. Sylveon is a cute Pokemon that's ugly. Okay, these guys are diligently reminding me of why I don't like training in Victory Road. Enough with the earthquakes. I have to hold my breath every time. That was not a friendly Graveler. So it makes me feel a little bad to be using lemonades here because money is not, like, rebuildable easily in this game, since you can't refight trainers. It's not gonna crit. Don't say it's gonna crit. Nothing's gonna crit. There are no crits. Everything's gonna be fine. There will be no training accidents. We're not gonna lose a vital member before we even go into the Elite Four. Yeah, I'm way behind on the later games. I've not played a bunch of them, so I'm not really up to date on the fairy stuff, but I can't think of any fairy type Pokemon that I like. And that makes me sad, because I do think it's a cool idea. And some of the Pokemon that they've made fairy type, like Clefairy being a fairy type, duh, makes sense. Jigglypuff being a fairy type? What is fairy-ish about it? Other than that being kinda cutesy. And also, Jigglypuff and Clefairy are right next to each other, have basically the same moveset, and look kind of alike. Let Jigglypuff stay normal type and have something that's a difference between the two, you know? Not very inspired. I think they got overzealous with trying to work the fairy type stuff in. I'm not gonna fish in with the politics stuff that you're talking about over there. I've not really followed that one. I don't like talking about politics on the stream, but normally I can't help myself when I get baited. Is Corbin a big gambler? I don't know. You have screens at work that give you news headlines but no explanations. Now they just like the TVs you get in waiting areas. We've got a bunch outside my office that are just constantly playing news channels. Reel him in. So he does like to play the reels. Spin those reels. Well, that's kind of suspicious then. News just in. Corbyn is Hitler, Daily Conservative paper. Is that an actual headline? Because I could believe that they probably wouldn't get away with that. But Corbyn is Hitler. Disputed. Hitler was charismatic. Hitler was popular, not hated by his despised by just about everybody in his own party, yet somehow staying in power. Sensationalism and it makes you want to vote Labour. I mean, yeah. I want to ask who you normally vote for if it's not Labour, but I don't know, that's probably a personal thing to ask in a public forum. We vote anonymously for a reason. SNP? That would have been my second guess. I'm giving that a disapproving scowl, but we'll not get into it. Thanks for stopping by anyway. I do appreciate it when you stop in on your break. Why did I switch to you? I should have switched to... I should have just used Ember, that was working fine. Anyway, catch you another time, Wolfie. Rhymes with SNP but with a B in it? No, no, no. Even the awful, scummy racists think that the BNP are awful people. No, I would have guessed you as Labour and then SNP. I wouldn't have pegged you as BNP or UKIP. Like, this is one of your things. I can see you shouting BNP and UKIP propaganda and claiming to support them and all this kind of thing, but you wouldn't actually go through with voting for them. That's like your whole deal with politics. You like to be edgy when you think people are looking. I'm not seeing outraged comments about that. I think he's gone, guys. See ya, Wolfie. Running out of earthquakes here. Might have to go back and get a few more. Okay, I think we'll go in and do another lap of there and then head off to the power plant, I guess. I know, right? These statues, they're so uneven. There's not even a pattern to it. It's like... it's not even a maze puzzle because the most obvious way is the right way. And there's nowhere really where else to go in here. It's just... Back to talking nonsense about Flareon 9. Are there 9 Flareons now? So they jumped the shark with Flareon 9 though. Flareon 12 isn't too bad. Yeah, I guess that'd make sense. Flareon 9's grass moves are really good against water-type sharks. Whereas Flareon 12's dark moves are mediocre, making it not too bad. Yeah, let me have a glance at my type chart for a second. Okay. Yeah, okay, Narellan got there first, but I was about to say, if you count Eevee, then there are 9. Yeah, they go up to Flareon 8, so if you count Eevee as Flareon 0, then there's 9 of them. The rule is that the Flareon line are all special types. So like fire, water and that, not things like rock and ground. Not like Eevee's normal type, which is physical, but all of the Flareon and Flareon evolutions are all special types. And there's one for each special type except Dragon. That's the rule that you gotta remember for your evolutions. Or alternatively, that's how you remember which types are special and which ones are physical. Is there an evolution for it? If so, it's probably special. Let's see. I'll have a look at the voting chart on my end. I suspect it's probably a phone problem. You might have to refresh the page on your phone to get it to work. Like, it probably took your vote but didn't update it on your screen. What have you got for me, Twitch pics? No, I want to see the existing... Oh, I can't do it from this page, can I? This thing is really awkwardly laid out. The voting thing seems to work okay, but it came with like no instructions and it's not very intuitive. Let's see, my extensions, Twitch pics. Configure? Will that get it to show me the votes? Apparently not. I'll mess around with this later. thing is really confusingly laid out. There's not a lot of options, and none of them do what you'd think they'd do. I'll just go ahead and take Narellan's word that there's 3 votes. Let me guess, all 3 of the votes are for Pokémon? The ghost types are actually physical. That's one of the ones a lot of people freak out about, like surely ghost types should be special, they're not corporeal, but kind of makes sense in a weird way to me, like their defining feature is how they interact with the corporeal world. They're physical in a weird way. I don't know. You voted for the Scottish Nationalist Pirates? I mean... okay. There's no rule that says you can't. Surprised they had a candidate in your area. Terrible there wasn't an option for Monster Raving Loony Party. That's probably Onimusha, to be fair. That game has plenty of monsters and raving loonies. Okay, so we got 2 votes for Pokemon, 1 for Pirates. I was kind of expecting to get nothing but Pokemon votes, given how psyched you guys seem to be about this game. I told you not to vote for it just because I said I'd like it. I'd have liked any of them, but hey, that's cool. I think Pirates would make for a good stream. It'll be fun. Well, see, I put the effort into selling Pirates to you because I figured, I mean, you already know what the Pokemon thing is. We're doing it now, and you've watched the Onimusha playthroughs, so you've got a good idea of what that'd be about. But Pirates was the one you didn't know, so I gave it a bit of a spiel. Pirates is just an old, open world's not quite the right term, but it's a fairly open game. You've got your pirate ship, you sail around, you've got lots of different things to do. You can go pirating, you can conquer towns, you can go looking for buried treasure. Like, there's this whole gimmick where, well, gimmick's not the right word, but you've got a load of things to do and each thing contributes to your, like, life score. But you're also against the clock. Your character gets older and his stats get worse as the game goes on. And you're collecting treasure and that for your crew. Well, you're collecting treasure for money. But every now and then your crew are going to demand that you know, settle up, take them to port and pay their wages. And then you've got to spend like a year or so recovering and then getting the money together to get a new ship and crew. Like, it's not really an against the clock game in that technically everything in the game is optional. You could just not leave port for your whole life and eventually retire as a beggar. But it's like, how much can you get done with the time that you've got? Can you do all the cool stuff? Can you do some of the cool stuff? Which cool stuff do you want to do first? And there's a lot of like random elements to it. You've got your 4 nations fighting over the Caribbean, and they're conquering towns and that, and if you're hunting ships from one nation, they're going to hate you and send pirate hunters, so you'll need to get friends amongst the other nations, and... Can't you just make them walk the plank? That's... That is kind of a thing you can do to deal with your crew wanting more money. Like, the more money you've got per person, the longer they'll go without demanding that you pay their wages, because they're anticipating the big payout. So you do have the option that when it gets to late game and when it gets late in a run, and they're complaining about how they want to settle up and take a break for a while, you do have the option of trying to thin out your crew so there's more gold per person and they'll keep quiet for a bit. Anyway, it's just a goofy, randomish game with a lot of stuff going on. Some buckle swashing action. Get out there and deck some swabs. Like I say, I think it'd be fun to do. If it doesn't win this round, I'll probably put it in the vote again for the next time. All of those games are things we're going to do sooner or later, I'm sure. Like, all three of those games I'd enjoy playing and I think would make a good stream. I wouldn't have put them up there if I didn't think they were going to be fun. Thought maybe you guys would want to change from Pokemon, but if you're enjoying this streak, then I'm happy to keep it going. Gold Silver is my favourite generation, so... There's definitely something to that. And like, I love the older Pokemon games. I never really got into the remakes, but like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They've got bits that are clunky. The move lists are kinda dumb. The TMs, it's really hard to remember what's what. There's no items or abilities yet. The gameplay's not all that smooth. Later games added some cool stuff. Like, Silver's the coolest generation, I think. Blue will always have a special place, but the later gens did bring some good stuff. I think Ruby Sapphire is when it started feeling like a complete game. Like, they've added in new stuff since then, but Ruby Sapphire was the one that had the things that now feel essential. Which maybe makes up for the fact that Ruby Sapphire wasn't the most amazing gen overall. Had some cool Pokemon, but... 6 out of 10, too much water. Half the map is sea. It gets a little silly at the end. I synthesize, Lady Meow. I am synthesizing sympathy for you, Lady Meow. Your sister lost yours. My cousin kind of ruined my save file on mine. Let me shake my fist in the general direction of the north. What if an Ember would kill one of these yet? Maybe let's not take the chance. Thought the Pokemon looked coolest in first gen? Like, there are some dumb Pokemon in first gen, but first gen had the largest proportion of core designs, I think. It had the most Pokemon that looked great. Like, other gens have always had some cool Pokemon, but... In fact, some of my favourite Pokemon are later gens, but, first gen introduced the most cool Pokemon at once. Which perhaps not surprising, they had an open field. Didn't have to rule out any ideas because they'd already been taken. Like, what I want is a version of Red and Blue that has running shoes, that has held items and abilities, that has Dark and Steel type, that has sensible move lists and more streamlined controls, but somehow isn't Fire Red and Leaf Green. I mean, Leaf Green was okay, but it was a remake, you know? It just wasn't the same thing. First gen ones looked like they might be animals that lived. I mean, that's fair. Again, there's some of them that are questionable. And I think later gens had plenty that did look like animals that could have lived, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Again, Gen 1 had the highest percentage of coherent, good-looking Pokemon. Later gens had good Pokemon, they had coherent Pokemon, but they also threw in a bigger variety of weird stuff. Like, later gens had some Pokemon that definitely say, I didn't have any good ideas today. I don't know that there's any genuinely dumb Pokemon in Gen 1. Well, maybe just one. Who thought Goldines were a good idea? Ugh. Like Nosepass? Exactly like Nosepass. Swinub? You think Swinub is a dumb Swinub's awesome! It's a little ice piggy. It's like a... It's an Ice Age pig. Just a big ball of fur. It's great. And it evolves into cool things too. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit here and let you talk crap about Swinub. What am I even fighting? I keep hearing people saying stuff about the pile of rubbish one. Like, Gen 1 we had Coughing, which is the poison gas Pokemon, and we had Grimer and Muck, the sludge Pokemon. Let's go get more earthquakes. Like, it's an established fact that in this universe that pollution is causing Pokemon to mutate into pollution-type Pokemon. I don't know that the rubbish Pokemon is that crazy. Like, is it a thing that would have existed in a not modern-day Pokemon environment? No, but then it probably didn't exist in a non-modern-day environment. It's a Pokemon that's been created by the modern age. Grimer's raising the roof. I'm not saying that Grimer isn't cooler. The rubbish Pokemon's probably just a Grimer with bits stuck in it. It's like Grimer's cousin. They're probably the same, like, I was gonna say evolutionary line, but that means something different in this context. They probably have like the same family name is what I'm getting at. You don't like Swinub because it snuffles and slides around? Do you not like pigs in general? Pigs are adorable. You don't like pigs? You don't like snakes? There is no pleasing you. Ah, I like pigs. They're so smart. If they weren't massive and not really bred for it, I'd love to have a pet pig. Pigs are alright because they have legs. Swinub has legs, they're just buried in its fur. There's tiny legs. It doesn't need long legs because it lives on the ice. It slides from place to place. What do you feel about Swinub's evolutions? Have you seen those? Don't say scuttling legs, that makes them sound bad. Say scurrying. Scurrying legs. Here, Narellan. I'm gonna sell this to you, okay? I'm gonna sell this to you. A Grimer absorbing enough rubbish to turn itself into one of the rubbish Pokemon? Right, that's it using its environment to make itself camouflage so it can blend in with the rubbish tips and the like and fit into a filthy environment and not be noticed. That's just like when those octopods make shells for themselves and pick up things to hide themselves. Did that thing take an earthquake and shrug it off? What was going on there? Oh, is it used Harden? I wasn't even looking. It's just like an octopus making use of its environment for camouflage. They collect all kinds of things. Don't tell me that doesn't appeal to you. Using your weakness for octopods. Nothing is beneath me. I will exploit any weakness I can find. You saw a Piloswine at a 3-skull raid? I don't think I've seen any Piloswines on raids. Well, that's cool. 3 skulls isn't bad. I'd probably go for that one. Good. I'm glad I managed to sell it to you. Given the choice, it's always better to like something than dislike something. Want to live in a world with cool things. Sometimes that means changing the things, sometimes that means changing yourself. Just before you try taking on the 2 skulls alone and last. Okay, fair enough. I don't know that I ever have beaten a 3 skull alone. 1 skulls are pretty easy to do alone. I think I've beaten 2 skulls on my own. I don't know that I've ever even tried a 3 skull, maybe. I don't do a lot of raids. I play a lot of Go, but I never seem to see raids that are interesting to do. And also in a place that I can get to them. Took on a 1 skull and 1 against the Magikarp. Nice. There's no shame in that. That's how you get started. You took on a raid boss and won. Not sure what all this talk of skulls and raids means. Well, we're talking Pokemon Go. At Pokemon gyms, which are usually like important monuments or places, you can capture and trade. You can capture those between different teams and have battles with each other and that sort of thing. There's a few different things they do there, but one thing that happens there is that occasionally there'll be a random raid, which means that a very powerful wild Pokemon has shown up. The skulls are how strong they are. Like a 1 skull, 1 person can probably take. 2 skulls, you probably need 3 or 4 people. 3 skulls, probably like 5 or 6, and they escalate quickly. They go up to like 7 skulls where you need like 30 people. They're unusual in that groups of people can fight them at once, whereas the normal battles are one-on-one. But if you defeat the super boss Pokemon, then you get a chance at catching it. There's like a lot of rare Pokemon that are very hard to get outside of raids. Legendaries are frequently a thing in raid battles, usually very strong ones. It's not the part of the game that appeals to me, but it's a fun feature. I know there's a local group that are really into raids. They spend their time pretty much walking around town going from raid to raid. Yeah, you should get Pokemon Go. It's a fun game that you'll really enjoy, and it'll help build our friendship, and we're absolutely not trying to do this because we've both got a quest that requires us to make 3 new friends in the game. Not get Leer. Cakebake, why are you learning all these weird, terrible moves? Stop leering at people. Just because Wolfbird's not around doesn't mean it's okay. But I do think Pokemon Go is genuinely fun. Like, it makes walking from A to B interesting. If I have to go somewhere, then instead of putting on my music and thinking this is dull, I put on my music and think, hey, Pokemon. I don't have as much time to play it as I'd like because I don't have opportunity to go for long walks very often. I don't have time to go for pointless walks. Like, I walk to places when I can, but most places that I need to go to are not within walking range. But anytime I am walking somewhere, I take it and just play a few games. I play it each morning when I walk from the car park at work to my office, which is a decent walk. I can understand how you'd get obsessed with it. You're probably going to be a higher level than me soon, Lady Meow. I wish I had more time to do stuff like that. Everyone was talking about it back in 16. Has it been 2 years since it came out? I mean, I know it was a while ago, but I'd have guessed like 1 year, maybe? Okay, we've been wandering up and down in here for a while. Shall we go fight Zapdos? Zapdos. Mix this up a little bit. What levels are we at? So far off that 60 that we want. Next week might be 2 hours of grinding and then the Elite Four. Won't that make for a thrilling finale? You don't really have the time for it, but somehow you're fitting it in. I mean, good for you, definitely, if you're managing to do it. I mean, it's good exercise. If the goal was to get kids to walk around more, then it succeeded. You don't work near a Pokestop like some lucky people, though? Was that a shot at me? Because I don't work that close to a Pokestop. Or rather I do, and it's frustrating. The Pokestop is just out of my reach. I can't spin it from my office. I have to make an excuse to step out of the office to get it. I do get it when I walk in and out of work. And if I have letters to deliver upstairs to the bosses, I can usually snag it as I go past. If I could reach that Pokestop from my desk, that would be crazy. I could just leave the game open all day, just buy what I'm working on, and just snag it every 10 minutes. I'd have so much stuff. Power! Limitless power! Instead of it being torturously just out of reach. We're actually gonna need... Yeah, like the guy with the grapes just out of reach. Prometheus. Hence the word Promethesizing. For when something looks really good but you can't get to it. No, it was Tantalus, right? 'Cause the grapes were tantalizing. That's where we get the word. Who do I want to leave behind for this? Might be Lady Squeak. It's not gonna have much to do against the electric types. We need Rock for Kurt. And we need Wolfbird so we don't have to walk back. Yeah, that's the guy. That's where we get the word from. occurs to me that I deposited Polyseum and we're going to need Surf, but there's a Pokemon Center just over there, right? So we should be okay. To Promethealize is the sensation of losing an organ and thinking, I may have needed that. You often hear it in a hospital environment where people have donated organs for transplants. Family members are often like, boy, I hope I don't Promethealize this. Hey dude, still stood here next to an abandoned power plant. Although I don't know if it's abandoned at this point. I mean, it's full of rocks, so I guess probably. In fact, yeah, isn't it a plot point in Silver that they've, like, reclaimed it? I think it's full of electric types, and electric types power it, so it probably works even though it's abandoned. Promethealizing is a great word. We need to make that a thing. We need to hold on to that one. It needs to get used more in everyday conversation. I disemboweled that guy, and now he's over there Promethealizing. It's a sentence I want to say a lot. Voltorb. At least Kate Bate can take these things down. We're getting that XP where it needs to be. Bzzzt. Bzzzt. Wrong choice. Level 42. Level 40 even. Could easily be a spook. Not letting anybody vulnerable to explosions near this thing. Remember we came here earlier to get— oh hey, a Raichu. I'm not gonna write you a love song. Yeah, we came here earlier to get Thunder, I recall, so we've probably already taken a lot of the good stuff. But hey, we're here to level, so if we can spawn some level 40 Voltorbs, I'm not gonna complain. Means we get to be somewhere else other than that cave. That Raichu did look so cheerful. If only he'd known. Bzzzt. Like it's skipping, yeah. Raichu are way better than Pikachu. I will fight people over this. Raichu is one of those rare Pokemon that look cuter after it evolves. Electro protected itself against special attacks, but there's nothing special about Entropy. That's a decent XP haul. Do we need the lemonade? Maybe. We probably don't, but I'm scared of explosions, okay? Sometimes things blow up. Sometimes you're looting an abandoned power plant and things explode, you know? These are dangers that you face. It's just occurred to me. None of you guys have seen Hydration Bot around, right? I thought I'd set that up, but it's not commented once we started streaming. I'm not 100% sure how that works. Does it only start showing up after a certain amount of hours? Does it not show up the first two? I went over to the Hydration Bot page and tagged my site in. Or tagged my channel in, but... And it said it accepted it, but it's not appeared. I don't know if I have to do something on here to tell it to appear? Can we summon it? I don't know. Yeah. A lot of the streamers use it. Just every hour or so it pops up and tells you how long you've been streaming for and tells you how much water you should have drunk by this time. Just seemed like a sensible thing to have on. That might be it. Do I have to do it? Doesn't seem to have awoken it. When we hit 11 o'clock I'll wrap up the game, but I'll stick around for a bit and see if I can get Hydration Bot to work, I guess. I'll like go to their page and see what it says to do. I know you can set how often it reminds you, so maybe it's not doing it because I haven't set a time. Now you can set it to be... I figured it would default to doing it every hour, but maybe it's... Maybe you have to give it a time before it'll start doing it. I'll have to look up the commands. Like I say, when I'm done here, I'll look up the commands and we'll see if we can get it working. Drinking game. Take a drink every time a Pokemon does a move that makes us gasp and hold our breath and worry that our Pokemon will die. mean, if you think I don't already turn to drink every time that happens, then you're sorely mistaken. Take a drink when chat turns to politics or Hitler. Again, these are also things that drive me to drink. Yeah, Nightbot's the other one I want to get. Nightbot and Hydration Bot. I've not had time to look at the Nightbot stuff yet, though. I looked at a vote thing and a hydration thing, and got one of them to work. I consider that to be a good week's work. Ahead of schedule. It's more than I thought I'd get done. Alright, we got ourselves a birdie. Entropy, you got the last one. Duck, do you want to take this? What do you got that you would use against it? I guess it'd just be Body Slam. Oh no, Ice Beam. Ice Beam would work great. Yeah, Duck's perfect for this. Alright guys, are you ready for this? The second of our legendary bird hunting. This will no doubt be an epic battle. Yow! There's a bolt of lightning and then an explosion. From the dust emerges this jagged shape, diving towards you, claws first, and all you can hear is Yow! 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 Let's see what we've got. Zapdos. Okay, didn't one-shot it this time. Thundershock's a terrible move for it to have, even if I wasn't a ground type. Where's its Thunderbolt or Thunder? Alright, what have you got? Drill Peck, now we're talking. Here's some threat. Oh, that's some threat. Okay. Moltres died in one. Zapdos putting up a fight. Ice Beam should finish it though. There we go. Good work, Duck. And we're done with the power plant. Drink? Was the drill pack a little too much for you? I mean, I admit, like, I wasn't expecting it to do much damage, because it's not a hugely strong move. When the health just kept going down, I admit I did start to get a little worried. Okay, that didn't take too long. I guess we'll squeeze in another 10 minutes of leveling. There's Lady Squeak Gun. There you are. And then we'll wrap up for tonight and see if we can figure out how Hydration Bot works. And next week we'll do some leveling, we'll do Arcticuno, and we'll do the Elite Four. Do the Pokeballs flash or roll over when you heal? I think they flash. I imagine the machine glows like an incubator. There's lights flaring up underneath them. Cake Bake's still the lowest. Let's get these in order of level, so we know what we're doing. Yeah, I remember saying the other day that, you know, I don't drink, so if I somehow got involved in a Let's Drink stream, I'd probably have to drink coffee instead of drinking alcohol. But that might actually be worse because like coffee seems relatively mild, but it's the overdose amount for coffee is actually surprisingly small. I think I'd very easily roll over into the too much coffee, horrible side effects thing. Oh, hydration bots in the list of users? Have we summoned him? What did we do that awoke hydration bot? Has it been there this whole time, or has it just been there since we started typing hydrate? Do I have to type hydrate at the start of the stream to get it to wake up? Is that how this works? I guess we see if it says anything that hasn't been there the whole time. Okay. Maybe hydration bot's been down. I don't know. You like to check the list every now and then? I wish there was a who's watching list on the dashboard page where I stream from. I can't easily see who's online. I guess I can toggle this over too. Users in chat. There we go. Yeah, stay hydrated bot is there. Yeah, I can toggle the chat thing over to who's watching, but I'd like to have that side by side with the chat list. I don't know if there's a way to do that, or... If I could have two chat things and have one tuned to each, that'd be cool. I don't know, maybe I need to play around with the dashboard page a little more and see what's possible. Anyway, Cake Bake's about caught up with all the others. That's what we spent most of this time on. Are we gonna have level 60s by the time we do Elite 4 next week? It's looking like it might take longer than that, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. We might just have to say I'll start grinding at 8 next week, and at 10 I go in against the Elite 4. Whatever levels we have. Just see how we do. We've got to do the Elite 4 next week. I'm not doing a whole session of grinding. That's going to be so boring for people to watch. Like, I don't want to do the grinding off screen. I don't want to play this when you guys aren't around, but... yeah, I think that's how it's got to be done. Time limit. The tension is rising. Well, now that the clock's ticking, it's occurring to me that we could do this faster if I was on a bike. Get those battles. This would occur to me like 2 minutes before we end the stream. Toasty! But hopefully leveling will be faster next time, because we're not having to switch out as much now. It's only if we get bad type matchups now. It's not like when we started doing this, when Cake Bake had to swap out of every fight, because she just didn't have the levels. To be honest, Cake Bake could probably take this thing now. It doesn't have the best special defense, even though it resists it. Yeah, there we go. It's another one we don't have to swap out from anymore. I was fairly sure I could do that ages ago, but I didn't want to take the chance when they've got rock moves that are super effective. Trying to learn Fire Spin. It's... why? Such a bad move. Is it better than Quick Attack? I can't really see us using Quick Attack. I'll take it, I guess. Fire Spin is awful in this generation. The accuracy is awful, the damage isn't great. And in this generation it's a wrap move, which means it just basically freezes everything while it happens over and over again. In later generations there's damage over time, which is better, but it also does even less damage in those generations, so you know. Could have another day where I do a one-off grind session, and you could tune in if you want to watch the... Yeah, I could do that. Let you tune in if you want to watch the grind, and if not, you can wait until we do the Elite Four stuff. I'm anti-dot. That's fair. I like the idea of the later fire spins, that you set it down to do a bit of damage over time and then you move on to your other moves, but the accuracy is just so bad that it's not worth it. I'll have a think on doing that, because I mean, we do have 3 hours to beat the Elite Four and they're not going to take all 3 hours. So we should be in a decent state by then. You know what, I could even just start early next Tuesday. If I start at 7 and people know that it's just because I'm doing extra grinding, and that the cooler stuff will happen later in the stream, and you can decide whether or not you want to tune in early or not, we could do that. I think that'd probably work. Okay, tentative plans for 7 o'clock start next week for the grinding stream. And Elite Four will be at the end. Yeah, that works. I think that's what we're doing. Anyway, that's 11 o'clock my time, which is our ending time. This is as good a time as any since we've just healed and we've dealt with 2 of the 3 legendary birds. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed. Sorry it's been a bit grindy, but that's the end game in this game. We're getting ready for the Elite Four. Next week's the big showdown. I hope you've enjoyed. I've had fun chatting with people. Hope I'll see you guys next time. I'm actually going to stick around for a little bit to try and get hydration bot working while the stream's still running, so you know, if you want to stick around, feel free to. But yeah, the gaming's done for tonight. Tomorrow will be the casual Wednesday stream, just playing some random games, and Pokemon will return next Tuesday. So I hope I'll see you guys then.